Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is December 15th, 2025. We had an S quality stock pop up this morning that we are actually green on. It was kind of early in the morning. Let me see what time it was when this thing first started popping up. It came out with breaking news here at like right at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, and it started popping up tremendously. I do believe it hit over 300% today. It got 52-week all-time highs today. It was an exciting stock to trade. Our profit on it is minimal because we got a little bit hesitant during the pullback. We had bought a pullback, and I was actually down $1 a share at one point, but we actually got that little reversal. It came back up, and it went from $4 all the way up here to about $27 a share today. Let's go ahead and get into that stock of the day. The stock that we traded this morning, the ticker was RADX. Again, today is the 15th of December. The stock had breaking news this morning. If I can look up the news, I'm not even sure what it was, but I do know that people were responding off of it. It's a biomedical company, and it had reports of a 92% success rate with one of the trials that it had going. Something that we see a lot off of these biomedical stocks. Biomedical stocks are the number one stock that I trade, not because I have a preference towards them, but because these are the stocks that we see having a lot of volatility in the market. This will be a +3 here since we had that breaking news. The stock's float was below 10 million shares. As a matter of fact, it had about 7.9 million shares. This will be a 2 here because it's definitely below 10 million. The stock was trading above its 200 moving average. The 200 moving average was down here at like $5.50, and we bought the stock at $8.84, if I'm not mistaken. This will be a 2 here. The stock was up over 100% when we bought it, since it made the move from $4 all the way up there to $8, a little bit over $8.80. This would be a +1 here. Again, it was under 10. We bought it at $8.84. This would be a +1. It was the number one stock in the market when we bought it today. This would be a +1, and it was at all-time highs, a 52-week all-time high. This stock had beat that by about, I want to say, $3 a share almost. So this will be a +1 here. If we add all of these together, this gives us a score of 11, which makes this an S quality stock that we traded this morning. The strategy that we used, I waited until all of my technicals matched what I was looking for. The MACD was already positive. The stock was reaching was already at all-time highs. The one thing that I didn't wait for that kind of did cap my profits was waiting to see that volume hit over 100,000 shares a minute. That is probably what caused me to have not such a bigger green day, seeing how it is an S quality stock. When I traded it, and you'll see when I get in here into the chart, the shares per 1 minute were actually only at about 20,000 shares a minute. So I saw it moving. I didn't want to hesitate on the entry, but I should have paid more attention to the technicals, and I ended up capping my profits today. So I said breaking high a day because it kept on making those new highs. I was very anxious to get into this thing, and it scared me a little bit when it got into a pullback right after I bought it, because I was down almost $1. Well, I was down $1 a share on this pullback, but it did retrace, and I sold as soon as I could after seeing that big retracement, and it kept going higher without me. I'm not very disappointed, but I'm just glad I got out of today with profit, but I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to those to my criteria to actually enter the trade, and not just the criteria for the stock grading. We made approximately 21 cents a share today on this stock. RADX. Like I said, it had pretty good news and it was moving very, very good. Like we said, upwards, I think of 400%, if I'm not mistaken. We were in this trade for less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Like I said, when I stick to these criteria, when I stick to being in the trade, it's actually under one. But if I'm in the trade for less than 3 minutes, my accuracy is closer to 80%. That's what my metrics show me. If I pay attention to all of my criteria for stock selection and entering trades, then I see my accuracy going up exponentially. And that as well as seeing those losses, the dollar amount going down, because I'm not holding and praying for stocks uh, to go where I want them to go. If they don't go within a certain time limit, I know that if it's over 2 to 3 minutes, then my accuracy drops considerably. So accuracy and profitability are things that I'm going after while on this account. The profit today is $9.92. Like we said, not a super big green day. Oh, that looks terrible. Not a super big green day. It's $9.92. Let's see if I could just put this all the way back here and just write that amount in. Profit is only $9.92. It's a small green day, but a green day nonetheless. This is exactly what we are looking for on our account, to have those green days, have those good days on the account, and not minimize it by the amount, because I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to follow the rules of the True Telos trading grading scale. By doing that, the money will come. Let's go ahead and get into the chart to see how we traded this stock today. This is the stock we traded this morning, RADX. As you see, this is where I bought down here, 47 shares at $8.84, and I sold about 2 minutes later at 9.05. The high of this candle being 10.10. So I did cap my profits a bit, but I want you to look at the low of this candle as well. The low of this candle, I'm looking up here, by the way, highs, lows, and closing. The low of this candle, what I sold on, was $7.81. I was down more than $1 a share on this candle, and I was had my hand over the sell button. This was going to be a red day, about $47, a little bit more. But right after it hit that 781, it retraced back up with a bit of confidence. I did try to sell up here at 970. But I did catch a little bit of slippage as soon as I pressed that sell button. It jolted back down to that 905. So we did, despite the little discrepancy when it came to the slippage, we did get profit today. And as you see, the stock went all the way up here to a high of 26.96, so about $27. From all the way down here for a low of today of about $4 or $5 and some change, looks like about 430, all the way up here to $27. This was a huge move, and the stock didn't have a very, very low float. Of course, it was under 10 million, but we've been seeing these stocks that have these under 1 million share floats make these moves, not these stocks that are in upwards of 5 million to 10 million shares for a float. So this is really, really good. This is the movement that we love to see. And I want you to look at the volume right here for these candles. Just like I said, I did not wait for the volume to come in on these stocks, on this stock, to actually get a good trade in. But I want you to look at this big move right here. The average candle on these was about 80 to 90,000 shares per candle. This is the type of volume that I'm looking to trade here in the market. Not back here. This is the volume that I'm looking to see. And as you see, if I would have bought on any one of these candles besides the super big one, the topic candle, is what I don't want to do, because the amount of shares supplemented the move, that it was able to go from $15 all the way up here to $17, all the way up here to $19, all the way to $26, just off of that volume that we were seeing. And on these, of course, it was moving, but it was moving a little bit at a time. As of these candles, we were moving dollars per share. This is what I wanted to what I want to see and what I wanted to trade in the market, but I was a little bit presumptuous and hopped in when the volume wasn't hitting as hard as it did later on in the morning, probably just about 5 minutes. We have a profit nonetheless, but those little technicals are something that we definitely want to keep on looking at. And these technicals, mine, that the technicals that I love to trade, which are the volume, which are making sure I'm going by my True Telos trading grading scale every day, making sure that MACD is positive, making sure that price is moving the way that I want it to see, and waiting for that to happen. Those are things that I need to do every day to make sure that I'm mitigating risk and maximizing profit on this account. And that's something that I'm going to continue to do for the future. The mistakes that I've made during this session have been noted. Even though it's an S quality stock, we expected to make a little bit more off of it, but we are happy with the profit that we got so far. If you enjoyed this type of content, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask. As always, I'm an open book when it comes to everything. There is no hiding anything when it comes to the way that I trade. I will see you all tomorrow, and welcome to True Telos Trading.